Okay, students. So in the last class, we discussed about the control flow statement. Under that, we completed only if statement, followed by if else, followed by nested if else, and just one control flow, one statement from that selection part, selection statement is pending. That is none other than if else ladder. Now, what is that if else ladder? Screen is visible, students? Confirm once in the chat box. Is the screen is visible? Yeah. So next one is if else ladder. What is that if else ladder? This is how if else ladder actually looks like syntactically. Actually, if else ladder is used when you have one option to choose from multiple options. If more than one options are available, from that I have to choose one option. In that case, we have to go for if else ladder. Now in if else if ladder, okay, first let me go for an example where we can use that if else if ladder, and then I will give a small point with respect to this if else if ladder. Now if you carefully check it here, the same program of finding largest among three number, yesterday we have done with the help of only if followed by nested if else. Today I'm showing you another approach of by using if else ladder. So what we are going to do here, sir? Simple. First I need to give a message in the prompt, printf enter three numbers. I need to read the value. Scanf three integers means 3 percentile. Then ampersand num1, ampersand num2, ampersand num3. No problem. This is for what purpose? Reading input. Reading input. Next, and after that, I have to declare that variables int num1, num2, num3. Okay. Values are ready. My values are ready. So what I need to do? I want to apply here if else if ladder. How? If num1 is greater than num2, I'm assuming all the numbers are distinct, guys. If num1 greater than num2 and num1 greater than num3. If num1 is greater than both, then very easy to make the conclusion who is the largest. Percentile D is largest, and here who will come? num1. Now else if, now observe here. You may think, sir, I should check num2 greater than num1 and then num2 greater than num3, and I should tell num2 is the largest. Who is largest now? num2 is the largest. But here actually checking of both the condition is not needed. Checking of both the condition is not needed. Why, sir? Both the condition is not needed. Suppose for example, when you check here num1 greater than num2, if it is true, I'm using what operator? Logical AND. Remember the story, students? Logical AND operator. If the first half is true, then only we go to the second half. If the first half is false, no point of going to the second half. I hope you can remember that story. Now if it is true, that means num1 is greater than num2. True. That means num2 out of the context. So I should check now num1 versus num3. Other than that, suppose this is false. That means num1 greater than num2 is false. That means what? num2 is greater than num1. num2 is greater than num1. What it means? num1 out of the context. num1 simply out of the context. Then why should I again check this part? Meaningless. On top of that, I am using logical AND, and if this part is false, automatically control will not come to this part. Now if this part is false, that means what? num2 is greater than num1 and num1 out of the context. If num1 really out of the context, then why you are comparing it again here? Not needed. So only what I should compare? num2 versus num3. num2 versus num3. But sir, suppose this condition is true. That means num1 is greater than num2. num1 is greater than num2. And this condition is false. This condition is false. Then also, if this condition is false, then also num1 is out of the context now. Then also this, this condition is true. num1 greater than num2, and this condition is false. So that means there is no chance of having num1 largest. So there is no point of continuing with num1. That's why I'm making a comparison here, num2 and num3. And if num2 is more than num2 is the largest, else printf percentile d is largest. Percentile d is largest. Percentile d is largest. This time who will come here? num3. Now you can give me any set of numbers. Any set of numbers. It will work. Where is the proof, sir? Execute, compile and run. I'm entering the numbers in such a fashion where first one is the largest. 10, 8, 9. 10 is the largest. Now I'm taking the numbers in such a fashion where middle one element is the largest. 8, 10, 9. 10 is the largest. Now let me take the number in such a fashion where last one will be the largest. 8, 9, 10. Still I'm getting the answer. So this is the last variation under the control statement. Under the control statement as a part of the selection statement with if. If is the one variation, if else is another, nested if else, and now last one is if else ladder. When should I go for if else ladder? If there are multiple options are there and I have to choose one option from there, then I should go for if else ladder. Now in the if else ladder, if you carefully observe one thing, in the if else ladder, if you carefully observe one thing, this else, look, else cannot exist alone, but if can exist alone, sir. If can stay alone. If not needed that else. Remember first example where we have implemented largest of 3 numbers using if. Where was the else at that time? No else. So that means what? If can exist alone, but can else exist alone? No. Else cannot exist alone. Else have to be part with associated if. Else always ask who is my associated if. Now you see this, you see guys, this else is the associated if. For this else, this is the associated if. Don't think that this if is its associated. No, this if is its associated if. For this else, this is its associated if. Similarly, for this else, this if is the associated if. Similarly, for this else, this if is the associated if. Similarly, for there will be some else, for this is the associated if. Like that, for this else, it will be for associated some if. So if it is associated for some if it is associated for some if this else is associated for some if, don't you think that, 1 minute, don't you think that, sir, last else is optional? Last optional, because this should be associated with this if, and if can exist alone. If can exist alone, so can't I have a removal of this else? If I remove this else, what is the problem? Any problem? No problem. because every else is having as associated if. In a reverse angle, last if is not having any else. This if, do you have else? Yes, this is my else. This if, do you have else? This is my else. If, do you have else? My else. If, do you have else? My else. Lastly, you are asking, if, do you have else? He is saying, no, I don't have any else. So what? Myself still can execute. Myself still can execute. I don't need that else. So that is why they say, guys, in case of if else ladder, in case of if else ladder, the last else is optional. Depending on your requirement, it can be there, it may not be there. Next and after that. This is all about the fast control flow statement with respect to if else. Now another point here is that in this if else ladder, another point I want to mention here, it works from top to down, top to bottom fashion. It works in top to bottom fashion. And on top of that, in this fashion it works. At any stage, if any condition is found, remainings are not going to be checked. Suppose this condition is true, remaining are not going to check. This is false, this will be checked. This is true, next onwards nothing will be checked. This is also false, this will be checked. This is also false, this will be checked. All are false. If last else is there, will be executed. But is the last else is compulsory to be there? No, not compulsory. Depending on my requirement, I can keep, I may not keep. That's why it says that in if else ladder, the last else is optional. I hope you got the clarity. Next and after that, next statement, next control statement is very important one. That is called switch. The control statement which allows us to make a decision from the number of choices is called switch, or more correctly it called switch case default. Sir, you said that for multiple options, if it is there, to choose one option from there, just few minutes earlier you said that if else ladder is better, if else ladder should be used. Now again you are telling switch is used. I got confused which to use. Thing is, guys, if there are 2 or 3 options, from there you have to choose one, then you can go for if else ladder. No, sir, there are 10 options, 1000 option, 100 option, 1000 options are there, I have to choose one from there. Then go for switch. Why, sir? What is the benefit? That I will tell you. What benefit I will get if more number of switches are there, more number of options are there of using switch, and if few options are there, what is the benefit of using if else ladder? That we will come. Not immediately, but we will come very soon. But the thing is that, sir, how this switch case is written. Now here, along with this switch, so many points I am going to discuss, and along with another very important concept I'm going to discuss, that will be very, very important in our data structure program, because once data structure program will start, this concept will come into the picture. That is called menu driven programming. Menu driven programming. Menu driven programming. What is called menu driven programming, sir? Menu means what? When you go to a restaurant, they give menu card, na? In the menu card, what is there? What things are there? Sir, so many options are there, I have to choose one of the option. Same here. Same here. Multiple option will be there and I have to choose one option from there. How, sir? Simple program I am showing here as for the example purpose. But in our data structure, in almost all the application, the menu driven programming style will come. Linked list, stack, queue, everywhere menu driven programming will come. How to achieve that menu driven programming, sir? It's very simple, guys. Suppose, for example, I'm making a simple calculator program. Printf, my first option is addition. My first option is addition. /n. Next, option number 2 is subtraction. Number 3 is multiplication. Number 4 is division. Just I'm keeping it simple. Then I'm asking user printf enter your choice. Enter your choice. Whenever you give this message enter your choice, user will able to enter a value from the keyboard. So if user enter a value from the keyboard, I need to communicate with keyboard now. And to communicate with the keyboard, what function we need, guys? Scanf. Integer value I will give because these many options are there. %d ampersand choice. What is this choice, sir? Choice is the name of the variable. Any name can I take, sir? Any name you can take. Of course, valid identifier you can take. Now immediately what you need to do? Int choice. Once you get the choice, suppose user give the choice as 1. That means what operation you want to do? Addition operation. Switch choice. Here what I'm going to write? Case 1 is for addition. Case 2 is for subtraction. Case 3 is for multiplication. And case 4 is for division. If it is case 1, let me ask the user printf enter two values. Why? I want to perform addition. Scanf %d ampersand a ampersand b. As soon as you use ampersand a and ampersand b means two variables we are talking about. Go above and declare. It's not like, guys, in every program you found that I never started declaring the variable from the first line and doing the programming. No, it's the requirement. As per the requirement, I go above and declare. First, I'm doing this program like an amateur. Let us so many changes I will bring, and there also I will parallel to this I will discuss about this the characteristics of switch case. Next, and after that, if it is case 2, sir. If it is case 2, sir, it's for subtraction. Okay, this is entering two values. Scanf is done. Let me write here printf addition is %d. Addition is %d a plus b. Similarly, here printf subtraction is %d a minus b. Similar to this, I need multiplication. Similar to this, I need division. For multiplication, logic will be a little bit changed, sir. A multiplication by b, and here it is. I'm considering normal division. I'm just considering normal division. Let me give a /n here. Currently, this program is having so many drawbacks. Intentionally, I'm keeping in this fashion so that by removing this drawback, I will make it correct. This is the program, sir. What are the drawbacks currently it is having? One after another, I will bring into the picture, guys. First, let me compile the code to check it. Any syntactical mistake is there or not? Currently, no syntactical mistake is there, but so many logical mistakes are there, which I will correct one after another. First, execute, compile and run. Enter your choice 1. Okay. Enter two values 3, 4. Observe very carefully now. I should only get the addition now. I should only get the addition result as 7. That's why I have given the choice number 1. After entering in a restaurant, once you give the order, what you expect? As per your order, whatever you selected from the menu, that thing should come. Suddenly by mistake, extra thing came, then what you will do? Will you start eating that? No, because if you do that, at the end they will demand money for that. So what you will say? Are these things I have not ordered. Whatever I ordered, just give me that thing only. Why you are giving me extra thing? Similarly, here you have given your order for option 1, addition. So it's asking enter two values 3, 4, and just it should serve it with 7. No other thing. No other thing. But you press enter button. Let's see what is happening. Array, after addition, it is again asking for 2 value. Why? Why it is asking for 2 value? For addition, 2 value needed. I have already given 2 value. I have already given 2 value, and addition is performed. Okay, you didn't understand why it is asking 2 value. From curiosity point of view, you provided to see what is going to happen, and you thought that, oh, maybe once I perform the addition, maybe they are asking for another 2 set of values for addition purpose. Like that you may thought. Now you see, press the enter button. Array, subtraction is coming. So from every angle I am getting, it's a wrong only. Again, from curiosity point of view, entered another 2 value. Thought that maybe by mistake it's subtraction. This time it will give you addition. Achha, this time is 1 minute. This is a small mistake here. Just the print statement. Let me make a change here, guys. I forget to make that change. Multiplication, and this is division. Copy pasted at that time, didn't change that. No problem. Let me execute one more time. Execute, compile and run. If this error comes, means previous instance is open, close that and run again. Problem will be resolved. Execute, compile and run. Again, from the beginning, enter your choice 1. You expected only for addition. Enter 2 value. You thought that why it is what is my objective that is achieved? Why it is asking for again entering 2 value? Okay, once asking, let us give that. 4, 5 you have given. Thought that now you should get 9. Suddenly -1 came. This time you thought maybe by mistake it is doing like that. Let me go for experiment and enter another 2 set of values. 5, 6 you entered. This time multiplication came. You didn't understand what is happening, and as it is again asking enter 2 value, you again give 2 value, and suddenly you have found that a division is happening and it's 0. But sir, I enter choice as 1 only for addition. Why this subtraction, multiplication, division comes? The mistake that we have done here, guys, intentionally the mistake that we have done here, every case statement should be followed by a break. Every case statement should be followed by a break. Because if break is not there, what will happen? Listen carefully. If break is not there, what will happen? If break is not there, once matching case is found, after that all subsequent cases will be executed until it gets a break. If break statement is not there, once a matching case is found, after that all will be executed until it gets a break. Here in this case I give choice 1 na sir. Matching case found, after that break was not there, and all the subsequent cases executed. Okay, now I have given break. What will happen? Execute, compile and run. Enter your choice 1. Enter 2 values 5, 6. Addition is 11. Program ended. But only giving break after case 1 is enough. Suppose this time what happened? When it is the menu appear, you give choice 2. Enter 2 value 4, 5. You are expecting only -1 should come, and that's it. Array? Again it is asking for 2 values. What's happening? I've given the break. Still it is asking. What is happening, sir? Like you think. Actually what is happening? Array, you have given the break only for case 1. You have not given the break for case 2, case 3, case 4. That's why once matching case is found for case 2, not this one. We do it one more time. Execute, compile and run. Once it is getting the match for case 2, after that it's continuously executing remaining cases also. That is case 2, case 3, case 4. That means every case should be followed by break, sir. Otherwise I will have this issue. Once a matching case is found, After that, all subsequent case start execution. I don't want that. I don't want that. That's why I'm having break. Now once the menu appears, you give any choice. You give any choice. I sir give 3. You enter 2 values, 5 and 8. Story ends. I hope everyone understood what is the point of using the break as a part of every case. But sir, I have one doubt here. Suppose when the menu enters, menu comes, I compile and run, menu comes. Sir, I was supposed to enter 40. By mistake, a 0 entered. And I by mistake, I didn't observe that 0, sir. Somehow this is entered. And I press enter button. Suddenly I found that nothing is happening. Neither addition, neither multiplication, neither division. Enter your choice means what? After entering in a restaurant, guys, they are showing you the menu card and you are giving them option. Can you make this for me? How can they do that? Why they are giving you the menu card? Means you have to give the option, you have to choose the option from there only. So that is why, if by mistake if you give any wrong option, for that in your program I should keep some part that is called a default. That is called default. When default will execute, if none of the cases match, then only default will execute. I repeat, if none of the case match, then only default will execute. In the default, what should you tell? Wrong input. Please provide. Please provide. It's your message. You can write anything. Please provide correct option next time. Please provide correct option next time. Now this time, if you really enter a bad value which is not there, should be ended with a semicolon. Execute, compile and run. Enter your choice. By mistake 50 you have given. It's giving you the message now, which is meaningful. You understand what mistake you have done. And previous case, when default was not there, what is happening? Nothing came. You got surprised. I entered some value. Okay, menus are, this is not there in the menu, but something should come. Nothing coming. 1 minute, students. Yes, come back. So that's why we have kept this default, so that now it's a meaningful information. Wrong input, please provide the correct option next time. Still the program is having one drawback. What is the drawback? Before telling you the drawback, sir, every case ends with a break. Should I write break after default? You can write. Syntactically you can write. No problem. Execute, compile. Code will compile without any error, without any warning. Syntactically you can write. But tell me, guys, do you think that this break is having any meaning, significant meaning? Yes, sir, it's having significant meaning, because every case after that is break is there, then after default break will be there, significant, same meaning. No. Tell me when default will execute. Sir, if none of the cases match, then only default will execute. So after default, it's after default, it's automatically going to end now. Then what is the point of telling break again? It's automatically end. After the default, it's automatically end. So that's why if you want, you can write, but it's a meaningless. People will understand you are an amateur programmer. So that's why default should not be followed by break. Syntactically allowed, but programming point of view, not recommended to write. Sir, I have another question. Sir, can I write the default at the beginning? Sir, can I write default at the beginning? Definitely you can write. Definitely you can write. But if you write default at the beginning, what will happen? Suppose you kept default at the beginning. First, let me show you syntactically it is correct or not. Execute, compile. No error, no warning. Syntactically it is correct. Next, logical point of view. Execute, compile and run. these many options are there, you kept default as first, you are giving the option as 1. Do you think that as because you kept default as first, that's why default will execute and then case 1 will execute? I kept default as first means default will execute and then case will execute. Do you think like that? No, sir. Even default is there at the beginning, and once I give the choice, only the choice 1 will execute. Default will be as it is there. Why? Sir, default means if none of the cases match, then only it will execute. Doesn't matter where you keep. Doesn't matter where you keep. Acha. So that means we can keep, normally we should recommended programming approach is what? Keep it at the end. Keep it at the end. Sir, can I keep a default in the middle? Acha, before going to that middle part, let us assume, students, we said that earlier default should not followed by break. Default should not followed by break. Rather, default can have break, but it's meaningless. We have seen that. But now, sir, suppose here again when I run the application, sir, execute, compile and run. This time if I enter 5, sir, or 50, sir, check it out what is happening. It's giving wrong input. Please provide correct option next time. But along with that, it's telling enter 2 values. Why, sir? Because this time once default, this time where you kept default? At the beginning. It executed. After that, it executed this case 1 also now. After that, it executed case 1 also because there is no break. Sir, you said that default should not be followed by break. I said that default should not be followed by break if default is kept as the last, because there after the default nothing is there. So I am not having the risk of executing anything. But here you are checking the variation and you are bringing default at the beginning to check what can happen. So automatically again after default execution, if break is not there, case 1 will also execute. It's something like, guys, remember initial at the beginning stage, whatever we discussed. Case 1 execute, after that break is not there. Case 2, case 3, case 4, everyone get executed. Everyone get executed. As because until break is there, it will execute. And that is called fall through. Technical terminology is called fall through. Fall through inside switch. Now this same thing is happening, sir. Do you think if you give the input values, after that it will go for case 2 also? No, sir. Why? Okay, let us verify. 5, 6. Just only addition, after that it will stop. Why? Because after case 1 break is there, na sir. Somehow if I remove this break, then go for case 2. Up to case 2 only? Yes, up to case 2 only. If I remove the break for case 2, up to case 3 only, sir. So that means default should be followed by break or not. That depends on where you kept the default. Generally, we don't write default at the beginning. Default means if none of the case match, then default. So it should, recommended programming practices, it should end. It should be kept at end. But anyone can ask you, can I have default at the beginning? Then you should tell, yes, I can have default at the beginning. If I have default at the beginning, that default must be followed by break step. Otherwise, along with that case 1 or how far, I don't know, whatever, until and unless it encountered break, everything will execute. Now, if you have the break, after default, case 1 will not execute. Check it out. 50 story ends. Sir, can I have default in the middle, sir? You can have. Then again, same story will come into the picture. First, syntactically, can I have, sir? Yes, you can have. Sir, I don't want to give break. Same problem you will face. Execute, compile and run. 50. It should be break. Again, asking enter 2 values. Why? Because you have not used that break. But do you think that default I kept at the middle? That means if I give option 2 along with the default will execute. No. Once 2 will execute, it have the break, na? It will get out of it. So here also, if you have to keep this break, if you have to keep that default anywhere in the middle, it should have the associated break. Then no problem. Multiple instances are there. Let me close all this. Execute, compile and run. Sir, 50. Check it out. Just that option. So moral of the story is what, sir? Default can be kept anywhere inside switch, but Recommended programming practices at the end. 1 point. Generally, default should not be followed by break until and unless you keep it at the begin or you keep it at the middle position. Middle means anywhere inside, after some switch anywhere. Middle doesn't mean exactly middle. After case 1 you can write, after case 2 you can write, after case 3 you can write, anywhere you can write. Recommended programming practices at the end should not followed by break. Sir, I'm not expecting the program in this fashion, sir. I want a bit different level. What you are expecting? Sir, here, once your menu appears, na sir, let me run here. Here the menu appears, sir. Option 1 I give, sir. 4, 5 addition done. After that program terminated, na sir. I'm not expecting program termination. I'm not expecting program termination. Sometimes it happens, na guys, after entering to a restaurant, when the menu card was given, you just said that I want this thing. Later you thought that no, it should be better if it is followed by some ice cream or some other kind of thing. Then again you are expecting the menu card, and menu card is there on the table only. But here the problem is, I have given one option after the menu card is gone. Sir, menu card is there, na? Menu card was there for the first time. After that, where is the menu? Is the menu reappearing? Is it asking for choice again? No. That means menu card was kept on the table. After giving, at the time of giving the order, that guy take the menu card from the table. Should not happen. Menu card should be there as long as you are there in the restaurant. Because at any time you can say, I need this, I need that. But here in this programming, sir, menu card is there only for first time. After that, menu card is not there. That guy has taken the menu card because it's not coming and not giving me the option to give the choice. Bad programming practice, na guys. I want menu repeatedly. Anything repetition is needed. Control flow statement can be divided in selection statement, iterative statement, and jumping statement, branching statement. You can see break is for branch, jumping. Once break is done, control flow get out of that particular switch. Once you give choice number 1, case number 1, what happens? Once this break execute, after that control comes out of the switch, na? Is case 2, case 3, case 4 executes? No, sir. Control simply come out of the switch. So it's like giving a jump from there. So that's why we can say that break is a jumping statement, branching statement from one branch to another branch. But sir, I want that menu to reappear. Anytime, anywhere in a programming environment, if you need anything to reappear, you have to go for looping concept, looping structure, where loop will come into the picture. Now, what thing you expect repetition, that thing you have to keep under a loop. Now you think what you are expecting. Sir, I'm expecting menu to reappear. And as per that menu, I am expecting I want to give the choice repeatedly. And as per the choice, I want to do addition repeatedly. I can go for multiplication repeatedly, subtraction repeatedly, division repeatedly, sometimes addition, sometimes multiplication. Anything I want to do, but that thing should be done repeatedly. No problem. You should keep the loop. You should keep that entire story inside a loop. While 1. Under that iterative statement, I will discuss about the loop briefly. This loop is called an infinite loop, guys. Why, sir, infinite loop? Because this 1 means it's always a true value. So loop will rotate. When it will stop? It will not stop, sir. It's an infinite loop. Now, I just bring that story inside that loop. Just I'm keeping that story inside that loop. Now see what is going to happen. What is going to happen? Execute the code, compile and run. Menu appears. Enter your choice. Enter 2 value 5 6. Enter 11. Addition is 11. And again the menu is coming now. Okay, I'm expecting in the next line, sir. No need to worry. Give a slash n at the beginning. Let me write here printf menu driven programming. Menu driven programming. Right. Printf slash n. Just it will look like that, guys. No need to worry about that, sir. What is this? What is that? Simple. Execute, compile and run. Previous instance, sometimes it creates problem. Close that, recompile. Execute, compile and run. Menu driven programming. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Enter your choice. 1, 5 and 9. Addition is 14. Acha, still not the way I'm expecting. Let me give a slash in here. Execute, compile and run. Enter your choice. 1, 5 and 9. Addition is 14 and see again the menu reappears. Again the menu reappears and again asking your choice. First time you have given some choice. Now you thought that no, I want to do something else. Or you can again go for the same thing. It happens in a restaurant. You got that food and you found that its taste is very good. I want to go it for second time. No problem. Go it for the second time. Again addition is happening. No sir, I want to go for subtraction. 56 to 54. No sir, multiplication I want to test. I came here, sir. Everything I want to test today. 3, 4, 5, 20. Sir, option number 4. I want to go for a division. Go for it. Who is stopping you? 20 by 2. 10, sir. No, sir. Enough is enough. I want to stop. I want to stop. But you don't have stop option. You don't have stop option. Sir, I will enter some wrong input. Even if you enter some wrong input, it will say wrong input. Please provide the correct option next time, and again the menu appears. Arey, I'm not expecting the menu. I want to stop. Enough is enough. I want to stop. Stop option is not coming. Another modification we will do. What is that option? What is that modification? We will keep it another option here. 5. When you feel that nothing to eat, you want to exit from the restaurant. You want to exit from the restaurant. Similarly, here I must have another case. What is that? Case 5. And in case 5, what should I mention? Exit 0. Exit is a predefined function which is present in the stdlib.h header file. Which is present in the stdlib.header file. stdlib.h header file. Sir, what is the difference between exit and break? Listen, break can be associated with switch case. Today you are experiencing break is there associated with switch case. Break can be there inside a loop, any loop. Break can be there inside any loop or inside a switch case. Break means either if it is there with switch case, out of switch case, or if it is there with loop, out of the loop. Does it terminate the program break? No, sir. It never terminate the program. Terminate the loop or terminate the switch case. Super. But exit terminates your entire program, guys. Your total program will be terminated. Really, sir? Check it out. 1, 12 to 14, 2, 10, 6, 4, 3, 7, 8, 56, 4, 10, 5, 2. Here will be one slash n. Due to this missing of this slash n, it's coming in this fashion. Why it is coming in this fashion? Enter 2 values. Previous outputs are okay. enter two values, multiplication is this. Enter two values. What is this? Enter your choice 4. Achha, let me run that and go for that option 4 once. Enter two values, etc., etc. A by B. Let me go for it one more time. Execute, compile and run. 4. Enter two values, sir. 10 2. Division is 5. Yeah, okay, working. Sir, 3. Enter two values. 2 2. Multiplication is 4. Again enter 4. Option 4. 10 2. Division is 5. Next addition. 12 5. 17. Subtraction. 3 4. Minus 1. 4. Division. Two values. 7 8. 0 should come. Division is 0. Perfect. Enter your choice 5. Because I don't want to do anything extra. Enough is enough. I want to stop. As I press enter button, see, your process exited. Everything is done. That's the purpose of exit function. Entirely terminates the code. Sir, is it mandatory to pass 0 here? No. It's a convention. It's a convention. You can enter any integer value here. But conventionally, we put 0 here. And for that exit, the function, that header file that is needed is stdlib.h header. This is called menu driven programming. Now, how many things we have learned from here? Switch case revision, default story. Where should I have break? Sir, after exit, do you think, guys, I should have a break? After exit, do you think I should have a break? Meaningless, sir. Syntactically, any mistake? No, but meaningless, because once this case option 5 will come, exit will execute, program itself will be terminated. What is the point of giving this break, sir? What is the point of giving this break? Then delete it. In stack, in queue, in linked list, all the programs that we are going to do by following this menu driven programming. Next, after the menu driven programming, few more points I want to discuss with respect to switch case default. What are the points? See the second one. Inside a switch, duplicate case values are not allowed. Duplicate case values are not allowed means, suppose, for example, I'm removing all this. I'm writing a switch case like this. Switch 3. And here I'm having one case like 1, where I'm having a printf of 1, break. Next I'm having case 2, case 3. Let it be case 2, case 3, and I'm having another case, sir, where I wrote like this, 2 plus 1. Every case is followed by default, every case followed by break, and lastly I'm having a default, printf default. Is there any mistake is there in my coding or not? Any mistake is there in my coding? Yes, mistake is there. Where is the mistake, sir? Sir, this is case 3 and this is also case 3 now. So switch 3 means where it will enter, in this case or in this case. Don't say, sir, it comes first, that's why it will enter here. No question of first and last. Question is matching. Oh, that means, sir, I can write the case in any order, na? Can I write, sir, case 1 first, case 3 next, at the last case 2? Yes, you can write in any order. You can write it any order. It will check for matching case, not the ordering case. Understanding, guys? Here the problem is, sir, here 3, here 3. If you confuse compiler, na, compiler will also confuse you. With respect to any programming language, whoever use compiler, if you start confusing compiler, compiler will also confuse you. Why you are confusing compiler? By giving 2 cases and then asking switch 3. Then which one to choose? You are creating irritation for the compiler. Now immediately you see compiler will say, I'm not going to compile the code for a foolish programmer like you, worthless programmer, don't know anything, like compiler is telling. But compiler is decent person, and that's why you read read this statement. How beautiful it is telling. It's not showing any error here. Why? Up to this no problem, na sir. Problem starts from here. When I identified it's a duplicate case. At that stage, I didn't identify the duplicate case because what is followed me, I'm not aware of. I'm aware of what was before me because I have seen this, and I came to here. In future, what will come? How can I know? But when I came to here, I understand that, oh, previously one case was there with, case 3. Read this point. Duplicate case value previously used here. What else you are expecting, guys? In such a beautiful way, it is giving the message. Moral of the story is what? Inside switch case, we cannot have a duplicate case values. If you do that, compilation error will come. Next, guys, default statement is optional. A default statement is optional inside switch case default. Actually, total story is not called as switch, it's called as switch case default. Total story itself is not called switch. Don't say today what you learned, what your teacher discussed today, switch. No. Say that today our discussion was based on switch case default. All these are predefined keywords. And inside a switch, default statement is optional. Remember, guys, I started the first program without having that default. Then you realize that what is the necessity of default, because 1, 2, 3, 4 options are there. Accordingly, case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4 are there. Somehow if user enter a wrong input, program is not showing anything. What kind of programming is this? You are the programmer, you are now currently testing, you can understand. But if you give that software to someone, sir, that person, end user, he run the application finding no output and he doesn't know anything about coding, what will be his feeling? Rather, if the message comes, wrong input, don't do next time give the correct option, then he will understand, oh, I made a mistake while giving the input value. Next time I should be aware of this fact. So that's why default is optional, means not necessary I have to keep it inside the switch case, but is a recommended approach, good programming practice. Is a recommended approach, good programming practice. Pijush, get this course is not for gate, man. You will get note. Oh, acha, whether you will get note or not. Yes, Pijush, you will get note. All the notes from this week, from starting from Monday till today, all the notes I will share in the Google Classroom, because I have to talk to them once they will say that link is going to change for the students who actually have made the payment. So once they will give the confirmation, as per their advice, I will change as per their advice, I will share the notes. But I can tell only one thing, just to manage this week somehow. Next week by Tuesday, hopefully by Tuesday, I think they will close this registration and everything. So by Tuesday, I think I will be able to create the Google Classroom, and there, starting from the beginning day, whatever I discussed, everything I will share. Okay. Next, sir, we can put the cases in any order. Already I said that. Not necessarily case 1. Sir, you have written option 1 for addition, option 2 for subtraction, 3 for multiplication. That's for menu. That's for appearing the menu. But when the logic is written, you can write the cases in any order. Sir, can I write the 4th case, division, at the beginning? You can. Second one, I want to write 1, sir, right? Third one, I want to write 2. Last one, I want to write 3. Or in any order you can write. That is the homework you people have to do. Test and report in the next class. Sir, it's working. Last important point is that, and I ask you people to prepare that precedence and associativity chart. Any one student confirm in the chat box? Sir, I tried that and I prepared up to some part. Anyone? Honestly, students, respond in the chat box. Sir, I tried to print, create that chart, but up to certain level only I able to do. After that I stop. Okay, still if you have not time, if you have not able to do that, Tomorrow and day after tomorrow there will be no session, sir. Next session will be on Monday. So when I will ask the same question on Monday, I want reply. I want at least few students will say, sir, yes, I have tried that. I tried that. I stuck at the first line. Some will say, sir, I will stuck at the middle, but I tried. I want to see that. Next, sir, inside switch case default, every statement should be part of switch case default, guys. Means part of case or default. Means if you keep a statement inside a switch directly like this, which is neither belong to any case nor belong to any default, sir, am I going to get any compilation error? You are not going to get any compilation error, but this line will never be executed. Because you know na basic story. If matching case is found, if there is a matching case, then we will execute. Under which you will be considered? Under where it will be considered? So syntactically not a mistake. Compiler will not give any error. Compiler will simply ignore. Compiler will feel that this programmer is a worthless programmer. Sometimes I should ignore also, and compiler will simply ignore this. Because if you compilation error, compiler will definitely give. But if you start small making mistake like that, sometimes compiler will become furious and say, let us ignore this thing. And that's why compiler is ignoring this thing, because it's not harmful mistake. Simply it will not execute because it should be under some cases or under some default. How can you write? That's why it says that every statement inside a switch must be either belong to some cases or default. If we add any statement which are not part of any cases or default, then those statements will skipped, means will not be executed. That's it, sir. That is all about switch case default. Next week Monday when we'll meet, we will go for loop concept and then we will start for function. I hope 2 more days. 2 more days or 1 day, maybe 1 day. I'm taking it. I want to take it for 2 days. Initially my target is for 10 days, but I think progress is going on, very fastly, and people are responding also. So progress is very good. I hope another 2 days. By that our revision will be complete. By Wednesday, I think we will be able to enter inside in the data structure directly, sir. That revision part, the basic things, whatever needed, by Tuesday I hope it will be completed. Thank you, guys. Before I end the session, if you are not having any doubt, respond in the chat box by saying yes, no, whatever. Super. Avantika, Piyush, thank you, man. Amlan, excellent. Dia, very good. Prepare that whatever I ask for. Don't make it too delay. By Monday, I want to see the answer. How far you people have approached for that precedence and associativity chart creation. And I think from Tuesday onwards, you will get all the recorded videos also in your drive. Yeah, good. Okay. Thank you, guys. Have a nice weekend. Bye, class.